Minecraft fans, Pat here. Welcome back to our very own world of Rivenbourne. It's been a while since we've been in the world. A couple of new updates have come out, and I've made some changes here with Quetzal's Tower, which I'll show you. But first, let's just kind of look at it. Let's just stare at this thing with our elfin city below. Look at that, stretching into the distance, even though we know it stops right there. We've got a lot of work to go, but it's really almost done. And that's exciting. So let me show you what I've been doing since the last episode. Not much, just a few tweaks here and kind of cleaning up some of the stuff that we left unfinished from the last episode where we did the interior of this whole thing. Let's see where to start. So it looks like I cleaned up the portal a little bit. Actually ended up moving it, I think, down. Yep, down one block so that it would work. And I think I achieved that. I don't really mind this little curb here. It separates the two sides. And over here, I think I added a little bit of light. I definitely have hidden light sources around here and checked that every little itty bitty bit of this is above light level 7. And then this was quite a challenge. The doorway into our storage room, which we'll be using a lot, but of course we have kind of a circle here, and it does not in any way line up with the circle out here. So this was a challenge, but I think the overall effect has been preserved. We've got 2 rooms, and I just sort of flattened this wall here and added a picture, and that's really what does it. It's this picture of a creeper. Yeah, so what we're going to start with today is the elevator over here. We're going to make a redstone elevator with a minecart, and it's going to be very fancy. So let's get down here and get started. Now this will be the center here, the elevator shaft. And so what I need is 2 sides here. There we go, 2x4 with the elevator shaft right here. And I'm going to take this all the way down, and this will be enough space for our redstone. And like I said, I'm going to take this all the way down to the base of the mountain so that from the city of Mistglade, we'll be able to march through, I guess, through like a cave, and then get in the elevator and shoot all the way up into Quetzal's Tower. And that'll be our main way of getting to and from the city, that and the waterfall that's over on the south side. So let me dig this out and even make a tunnel, and then I'll come back for the redstone portion. Hello. Don't really know what's going on. Can't jump. Don't really want to go to the sides either. Alright, here I go, here I go. Hello? Oh, and we're done. Yeah. That was fun. Anyway, I'll have to clear out that later, but we've made what will become a cavern. It'll be much more spacious, and of course there'll be half steps. We can sprint in here when we need to get up to the tower quickly. But if I've calculated correctly, and there's a good chance that I haven't, we should be popping out of this cave any minute now. Oh, we're here. Perfect, and there's our church. Alright, that's much better. Of course, not even close to finished. This whole thing is going to be detailed and look like an ominous cave, maybe an ancient passageway. Anyway, it's going to come right to here, and then the elevator is going to start right here and shoot all the way up to the top. I'm really excited about it. It's a design from Woolly Creeper, so check that out, and the link to the tutorial will be in the description, because it's a really nice tutorial, easy to follow, and so these are the things we'll need. Besides everything in here, we'll need some immovable blocks like glazed terracotta. I've gone with pink because Mistglade, and some other kind of block, and I think we'll do dark oak planks because Mistglade. So, and some scaffolding. Get started with sticky piston right here. So exciting, it's all starting. Alright, here in a creative test world to show how this elevator works. Again, the design is from Woolly Creeper. It's called the Elf-a-vator, and it is just awesome. And check this out. Just so much fun. Let's try that again. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And of course, it's designed to go up and stay up, like elevators do, but it's pretty simple. So we of course activate the first piston, and then from that point forward, a redstone line just goes here, on this side, and up here, and back over to there. And then on the next level, it snakes back and forth again. So all it does is hit these blocks here with the correct timing, so that as soon as the minecart is within range, the piston extends and the slime block shoots up. And because of that, with a little bit of adjustment on the timing of this repeater here, you can make this elevator as tall as you want. And Woolly Creeper actually has a troubleshooting guide to help you with making this as tall as you want. And it's very simple, as you can see. Very simple build, very easy to remember. Oops. As I forget it. Easy to just make a bunch of layers. We're using glazed terracotta because, of course, it can't be dragged by slime blocks. So that's one option. And the redstone actually is very inexpensive as well. You just have a few torches like that. And let's see, don't forget the other torch. A few dabs of redstone and a repeater. And so this one should be, yeah, I think 2 is right for that. Let's pull this back, because I think if we go like this, yep, that's how we bring it back to the next level. So if I've done that correctly, and you can see how easy that was, this will shoot all the way up now, just like that. How easy is that? And then the only fun part is at the very top, you have a piston that extends a slab to catch the minecart at the top, and you have to make sure the timing is right. For instance, you have to use the stone button, otherwise it would stay open for too long, because as we all know, or maybe don't know, wooden buttons give longer pulses. But as you can see, that is about as simple as it gets, and I'm happy to say it really does fit within a 2x4 space. Now, of course, in Misclade, we're going to add the other end of this tunnel, so it won't be open like this, because otherwise you'd just be seeing wet dirt or whatnot. And I've added in some light sources as well, so that when you're actually in the minecart, you can see what's going on. But yeah, this I could ride all day. Thank you for this design. Check it out in the description. So I went ahead and finished the elevator. I didn't decorate it or anything, but I did light it up. And I've done a few tests without anybody in the minecart, unmanned tests. So now we can try it for the first time with a person inside. Don't really know what's happening, and I didn't fall down. All right, now can I get out? And I can get out too. Okay, that is the coolest. All right, let's watch it go down. And down it goes. That is too cool, and it worked. And I thought it probably would, because I was missing some redstone, and one of the timings on the repeaters was off, so I've had my share of mistakes. Well, thank you, Woolly Creeper, for that awesome tutorial. And I wanted to show you that it actually goes quite a ways down, or up rather. It is an elevator. And well, it goes both ways. 30 blocks actually, and it happens so quickly and so smoothly that you wouldn't even know you're going up more than a few blocks. Let's try it again here. Get into the minecart, go on up, and we've arrived. That is so cool. Now I did make some changes. I realized I definitely did not need the button there, so I was able to maintain the symmetry a bit better and send the minecart down from over here. It's time to make sort of an entrance, and for that I brought some dark oak logs to make it look kind of like the room up above, and then detail out this cavern. And for that I've got all kinds of stone and moss covered stone and vines that we'll need. And I was also thinking lanterns for this passageway, because it's supposed to be pretty spooky. Ketzel likes it that way. The idea is, let's see, how can we hang these? The idea is nobody likes going up to see him. And he likes it that way. He doesn't like visitors. So he makes the entrance kind of spooky. He lets the other elves feel superstitious, spread, rumors about him. And that way they won't feel like venturing up to the elevator. And then finally, they definitely won't feel like using this technology because it's so unusual in Mistglade that he won't get very many visitors. That's the whole point of this entire elevator. Alright, let me show you what I got so far. And I say this tentatively because I'm going to change it. Down we go! Because I don't like it. But this was my original idea, was that I would just leave it like this. We got some stones in the walls, as if this used to be a tunnel. We've got cobblestone, we've got moss growing, we have irregular tunnel, alcoves, lanterns every now and then lighten this up, very important. A little bit of wood in there, and towards the entrance some vines, as if the outside is growing in, and that of course would change something about that. It's got to be different. And I especially like this here. But it doesn't fit my vision. I was just unhappy with it when I was done. And I thought about it a while, and I realized that my vision always had an actual path made out of dirt for the ground. And I sort of dispensed with that because you can't make dirt slabs without some kind of a resource pack. And I wanted this sort of slabbed entrance up here. By the way, this looks pretty cool, huh? I think so, at least. But I think it's going to be worth foregoing the slabs or having just rocks, serve as slabs to turn all of this into dirt the way I envisioned it, and then have a little bit of wildlife in here, like grass and maybe some ferns and certainly more vines than I have right now, than would fit. You put a vine here on the rock and you just have to wonder where that's growing from. So I'm going to change it and come back through here and you'll notice the difference. Alright, so I got the tunnel fixed. Let's take a look at it. Not bad. Actually, you know what I should do is dig this out a little bit more and have it, continue in that direction. Just for a tiny little ways, like this was just added to an already existing tunnel. But anyway, we've got our path and dirt in, which is oh so important, and we were able to put some grass on there as well. I even came through and added a bit more wood in some places. I didn't change the lanterns at all. They were working for me. And then of course I worked on variating the walls quite a bit more, and as we emerge we see that I've prepared a square for a little area over here in Mistglade, which is going to become sort of a garden, sort of a formal garden. Let's get started on it. I've got the materials that I think I might need here, and I want to do some walls, but I just don't know if that's in the cards for this, because these pathways just do not line up. So if I went like this, I could, I suppose, jog it around here and then enter right at the center of this. It's actually a rectangle, not a square. And I could bring this one over here, but this does not line up with anything. And I just don't feel like pushing it out to make it centered where it fits so much better over here. So for now, let's do this and not worry about, what is this? Oh, and I made sure it was a 2-block center so that it fit with the rest of Mistglade. That is something we are doing in this city, is 2-block centers everywhere. And if that scares you, well, it doesn't bother me. Oh, I have a stone cutter for just this situation. Let's do 2 more walls. Oh, and I'm stuck. There we go, and I needed 1 more wall. So I guess that's what stone cutters are for. Dang it. Oh well, let's put in some trees. So I'm thinking these will be, well, bushes. And I need 6 of them. And then probably something else. So let's, 2-block centers don't work so well when you're doing 6s of things. Oh dear. Let's do 3 and 3. How does that sound? Actually pretty good. So we'll do this like that, and we'll do 3 over here. What do we got? Spruce, dark oak, and jungle. So what do we have over here? We have oak, birch, and acacia, and we have jungle, spruce, and dark oak. I think that could work. Now let's get the leaves on there. We want oak leaves over here on the old oak. And can I jump on that? No. I can do that. There we go. This is just my first idea. You know, we could change it up, but I like it so far. Let's do, what do we got? Jungle and acacia. I know the different woods. Don't ask me. There we go. Which one of these is jungle? This one. And spruce and birch. Birch, spruce, and birch. So this is just sort of, you know, visitors to Mistglade will come to this garden and be like, what? Jungle trees? I've never seen a jungle. And so on and so forth. So I think that'll be pretty cool for them. And I definitely need to switch this out for dirt because it just doesn't look right sitting on the stone there. I'm not going to get that back. Yeah, why not? Like that. And does it look better like that? That's the question. Or would coarse dirt be better? Or grass? Grass is definitely an option. We'll get them all in before I decide. And what we need in the center, well, that's boring. What we need is, of course, the flower, the favorite flower of Mistglade is going to be represented here. So let's do dirt again, just in case this is what we're going to go with. We'll put in some of these. All right, this is looking all right. Certainly not what I was picturing, but that's because I haven't thrown in the birch leaves that I was expecting to add as well. And if we go around, oh, you know what? We could do that on this side and sort of leave them off on that side, since we have a rectangle. What if we do that? How does that look? Unfortunately, the leaves kind of clash with the trees on this side, but over here, it actually kind of works. Here's what I think we'll do. We'll switch out the walls for the leaves. So we'll put leaves around the back, and we'll put walls here in the middle. We'll get dirt all under all of these, and in my next clip, it will all be done. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now the question is, how does the coarse dirt look under the leaves compared to how does the grass look under the leaves with a little stone around the edges? And I think the grass looks kind of dumb. Maybe it's just because of this stone. Let's try getting rid of it and see if it improves at all. So, you know, that does look better. So I'll let this all grassify and see if I like it any better. But, of course, we're going to go with the dirt in these sort of flower beds. And for the trees, we might keep the stone in between them. I haven't decided yet. The thing is, with the dirt under here, it kind of looks like the stone goes nowhere and just runs into nothing. And that's not exactly what I'm going for. So that's a problem. It basically comes down to space. I like this one here that's ringed with stone, but this one can't be. So probably get rid of that too and just go with flower beds everywhere. But I do have a plan for this last one. Something exotic that the elves would bring would be bamboo. Let's do a little of this. And maybe, probably no cactus, right? I don't think I can't plant it in any of these places. It has to be on sand. And I think I could do sand, but I don't think a cactus would be that interesting. But for bamboo, would I do just 3 to keep this kind of symmetry? Or would bamboo just be everywhere over here? Alright, string mostly in place. Grass over here, coarse dirt over here, podzol over there. I think it works. I put in some light. Oh, kind of hidden there. And duplicated that on all sides. I think that gives it a nice vibe. Oh, and of course I changed these pathways a little bit. And now for the fun part, because this is what I'm thinking. What do all gardens need? Water, of course. Not a trick question there. And what do we get if we just waterlog all of these stairs? Well, we get more work than it should take. But I think we get kind of a nice Zen pathway through here. So I will just go back and forth a few times. Should have made that closer and see how I like it. And I think that kind of finishes up the whole formal garden idea, and probably finishes up this episode too. Now the most important part of what we've done here with the elevator is provide a way to get up to the tower here. Is sort of negated by this nice slope that goes right up there anyway. And that's what we're going to change. And I think I'll terraform this whole cliff to make this kind of floating, the way it is on this side. So where this whole thing is teetering here, floating, just waiting to topple over. I'm going to continue that all the way around, which would make it much harder to get up to the tower if we didn't have our cool elevator. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And hopefully, when you check in for the next episode, that'll already be done. So thank you for watching it, and I hope I'll see you in the next episode when we come back and do more work here in our very own world of Rivenbourne.